And so when I am looking to hire someone, I make the list of what I need them to come pre-equipped with as short as humanly possible based on the position. And then I just sit down with them and try to get to know them. Are they passionate? Do I think they can be really hardworking? Do I trust them? And most importantly, do I want to spend time with them? And will my team want to spend time with them? And if those things are all correct, then I believe we can work together. I was in Wyoming with a group of people a couple months ago, and one of the guys that was there is this British guy named Angus who rows oceans. So he puts together teams of 4 people. They get in a boat and they row across an ocean. And it's intense, right? This takes 60, 70, 80 days. They row for 2 hours, sleep for 2 hours, row for 2 hours, sleep. I mean, this is over months, right? It's insane. And I said, hey, man, this is one of my favorite questions to ask someone if I meet them who does something dramatically different than I do. I say, if I, wanted to start rowing oceans, like, what's the biggest lesson you'd teach me or you'd give me? And he said, pick the right team, not the best team. And his whole thing is he starts to put a team together 18 months before they start rowing. He goes, I can get anyone in shape in 18 months and I can teach anyone how to row. But the chemistry that exists within the 4 of us will either make or break us. And he told the story about how they had a race with a bunch of different people. And it was one of the other teams was the American team. And the Americans had a ton of sponsorship and they put together the most badass group of guys with crazy experience. And he was operating on a shoestring budget and just got a few of his friends and trained them for a couple of years. And they beat the Americans by 30 days. Because 20 days into the row, the Americans started fighting because they all had such big egos and their whole thing fell apart. So I guess the really short way in which I could have answered your question is, how do I hire? I try to pick the right people, not the best people. Mm-hmm.